guys, welcome back to an episode of Anime Club where we watch the first few episodes of an anime series and give you our first impressions. I'm Reina Scully.
I'm William Haynes.
And this week we watched Gugure Kokkuri-San.
Kokkuri-San.
Ding!
Reina, what's the googity googity goo?
Googity googity goo?
What's the googity Kokkuri-San?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what those two kanji put together means. I think it's like a
You don't know something?
Well, okay, the kanji
That
means...
ruins this whole dynamic. Maybe I need to know something.
No! The kanji for it is a component of a bigger word. Like, kurikaisu means to repeat. It's the infinitive form of that. Or like to bring up, like kuriageru.
Ah, yes, the infinitive form, much like the definitive form.
I don't know what that word is, like two of them put together, and I don't get why it makes a gu sound instead, like gugure. I think it means to be raised by Kokkuri-San.
Okay.
I think what that's supposed to be.
I mean, that's what's happening in this show.
It is, which is why I think that's it, but I could be wrong.
Let's jump right in.
Gugure Kokkuri-San is a story about Kohina. Who's a very lonely little girl who, in order to deal with her loneliness, pretends that she's a doll.
Number one thing in anime, always, main character, orphan. Well, they didn't say what happened to her parents, but...
Good point. I didn't even realize you're right. Yeah, she is absolutely and totally alone.
There are no parents in the anime world, and if they are, they're like one-dimensional, or one of them's gonna die eventually. So.
Oh, yeah, and they just hold you down.
Yeah.
I saw Kohina, and I watched her describe herself, and she goes, I'm a doll. Dolls don't have feelings. We don't feel happiness or sadness, so nothing bothers me. I can't possibly feel sadness. I have no tethers to this earth. Bam! And I thought of you, and I really wanted you to watch it.
She's my kind of friend. She would be my friend in the real world. I mean,
she's you.
Neither of us believe in that whole thing, but you know, we'd be like, we chill.
Kokkuri-San is actually
a real thing in real life.
It's a folklore ghost. I believe usually students in a classroom get together, and it's a Ouija board. Like, let's be honest, it's a Ouija board.
It's a Ouija board. Oh,
it's a JP Ouija board.
So what the belief is that Kokkuri-San moves your hand to say yes or no to the question.
Yeah, and you see the Japanese like hiragana alphabet and like numbers. It's literally a Ouija board.
But you don't do it by yourself.
No, or else it's going to haunt you, which is exactly what happened to Kohina, except Kokkuri-San kind of has a very negative image for me. I was actually afraid of even saying the words Kokkuri-San inside of a school because you're kind of calling onto it, and Japan is very spiritual, so they believe in that. But in this, Kokkuri-San is Inuyasha, and that would be amazing.
As soon as he came out, I was like, is that Inuyasha?
Is that Shomare? What happens in this story is Kokkuri-San feels bad for Kohina. He's like, I've never seen such a miserable life form, so I want to continue being there to take care of her. So he kind of takes on a weird motherly role.
It's another one of these.
But it's a fox ghost
It's another
spirit.
one of these stories that are beautiful, where like I came to help you, but realistically, you came to help me. Kokkuri-San is learning about himself through. Oh shoot!
I don't want to be on the same couch with him today.
Chico.
It's interesting that you bring up the Inu stuff because there's also another character that we're introduced to named Inugami. The Inugami is his name, and his name literally means dog god. But he's also a ghost.
He was a dog who died.
Who was abandoned. He was a little puppy dog that got abandoned.
He was cute.
He was really cute. And Kohina was the only person that ever showed him any sign of like kindness or warmth because...
He said warmth, but all she did was pick him up and look at him and then put him back in the box, if that's what you call warmth.
Later on though, I think he has another flashback, and it was raining or something, and she brought over an umbrella to him when he was still a puppy in the box. So he has deep feelings for Kohina.
She's not really in the void. She's not really in the void. If you're really in the void, you wouldn't even do that.
You wouldn't care about a puppy.
Oh, no.
I think the only issue I have is the implied loli concept, where she's obviously in elementary school and Inugami is depicted as an adult god.
Yes.
I mean, adult dog ghost.
He's kind of a grown man dog.
Ooh, he's in love with her though.
He's a grown man dog ghost.
But he loves her.
But is it?
It's kind of cute.
It's kind of it's like it has like sexual undertones, which is really wrong. But then again, he's a dog, and you're like, your dog is in love with you.
He's a ghost.
He's also a dog, the dog of a ghost, who looks like a grown man and talks like a grown man.
Yeah. Oh, but did you see he's able to transform into other stuff.
Yeah, so he transforms into a woman.
Yes, that too.
And it's still wrong.
And she still loves Kohina, and that's also weird. But, okay, I think I'm not made as uncomfortable because of Kohina's humor. Because she's so deadpan about it and she just doesn't care. She's like, it doesn't matter what gender you are. I have no feelings and I have no attachments and you mean nothing to me.
I remember when I saw that he was going to be in the show, I was like, I don't need him as a character. I'm totally fine with it being just the two of them.
Oh, okay.
But, you know, maybe I've only seen 2 or 3 episodes of it, so maybe something else happens that I will think that he's relevant.
I know there are a couple of more characters that are supposed to be introduced that kind of deepen the story, but who knows yet?
Are they swag money YOLO?
Oh, yeah, you know they are. There is one part that I found very enchanting and really cute. I don't know if you saw this part yet. Maybe a spoiler. But you know when Kokkuri-San goes away for a little bit? Oh, no, it should be in the first episode. Oh, yeah, okay. So he goes away for a little bit because, you know, absence makes the heart grow fonder. And you think that she's not going to miss him at all, and she doesn't for a little bit, but then she really, really does. And I thought that was really sweet because you know that she's not really a doll. It's just a defense mechanism. He really does care about her. He doesn't want her to only be eating cup ramen. That's moe, by the way.
He will cook her, yes it is. It will cook her 3 meals a day with 50 different ingredients. That does not make any sense to me. How do you say 50 in Japanese? 50?
Goju shu hinmoku is what he's saying. Goju is 50. Sorry, goju is 50. And he's saying 50 ingredients. Goju shu hinmoku. Goju.
That's a whole lot of stuff to say. Why can't he just say 50 ingredients? Whatever.
Well, that is how you say it in Japanese. It's just got a lot more syllables.
Just say 50 ingredients.
50 ingredients. From what I've seen so far, like you said, there's nothing they're explaining about the family, why it's okay to leave an elementary schooler alone to take care of her lonesome self.
Well, she was doing quite fine by herself.
You think so?
Just not emotionally.
She has psychological disorders. She clearly has like a sort of a food eating disorder. Not an eating disorder. She just doesn't have.
But does she make the school on time every day? Yes.
This anime has a very classic type of animation to it.
I looked into it and I was like, oh man, this show is definitely from like either the late 90s or early 2000s because it looks straight up Rurouni Kenshin-esque. Turns out the manga didn't start. Manga, I don't give a nothing. It didn't start until 2011.
Okay, and the anime just started this year,
in 2014,
right? Yeah.
And it looks super classic.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a lot of CGI going on.
Why is your shirt like that? It had to intentionally be like
Inuyasha. It's on this side too.
They knew Inuyasha existed, and they drew this guy to look exactly like Inuyasha. Inuyasha has those beads around his neck. This guy has a bell. And I really want a pet fox. I always have and I always will. And you can get them domesticated, but they're very expensive, and they will burrow in your house, but
they're also insanely vicious.
Yeah, I can deal with that. I got a strong arm.
And that's all we have for you this week on Gugure Kokkuri-San. Next week we're gonna watch Dramatical Murder.
That sounds interesting.
It is interesting. You okay there, buddy?
Hell yeah!
Alright, cool. If you want to watch this along with us before Will dies, head on over to crunchyroll.com/SFNerd to get your free premium membership trial. Take a video of yourself giving us your first impressions, upload it onto YouTube with the hashtag SFNDrama. And come back again next week with our friends.
Someday I'm gonna be Kaizo cool.
Someday you're gonna be a pirate king?
Yeah.
Okay. The goals.
So far in the anime, we are introduced to more and more characters, and you kind of just follow Kohina and her adventures and the household's adventures of how things are, because it seems like she can see spirits, which I think is very interesting. I just bit my tongue and I'm just
basically the show, or at least to the point where I am, is only like 3 spirits that's haunting her at this point. And they're disgusting men, mostly except Kokkuri-San, but Kokkuri-San is too overprotective.
Our protagonist, which is the doll girl, she's quite sassy or sarcastic and dry, and I think that's really funny.
Like her. Like the first episode we saw like the dog in the box.
She really liked the dog.
And like I like heard it like making the noises, and I was like, oh, I'll take her home. And then like the guy popped out and I was like, I'll take her home.
Eventually Inagami and Kokkuri kind of become like rivals, kind of duking it out, trying to gain Kohina's affection, which she doesn't have any because she's a robot girl. But I think that the main story is going to revolve around Kohina kind of growing up and becoming a person.
Inugami is a creep, but that's the whole thing. his entire character is a creep. They acknowledge that. Kokkuri spends a good chunk of his time trying to suppress the creepiness and keep Kohina safe. It's just weird. But the good kind of weird.
Be gone, evil spirit. Be gone. Salt. Death to this evil spirit. You're not Inuyasha, but I still like you.
Okay. This is not salt.
It's my man juice.